Hello everyone, welcome for the final time here on day 2, Pro Tour Born of the Gods. We're done with 16 rounds of Swiss. Brian David-Marshall, Rich Hagon here with you to deliver the summary of all the action. BDM, tell us about day 2.
Day 2 was a very emotional tournament down the stretch. We saw multiple players move to tears. I mean, really, just overcome with emotion as they locked up top 8 berths. I was, it was just very moving to watch. Patrick Dickman, someone who's been very emotional. Chris Fennell, someone who, is very gruff and boisterous and, full of bluster all the time. Just broke. He got to the edge of the feature match area as he was coming out, and he just kind of like crumpled. Overcome with emotion. To me, that's what this day was all about. We started off with 3 rounds of booster draft. We went into 5 rounds of modern, and it's just been a remarkable stretch run. What's your big takeaway from all of this?
It turns out, if you want to be good at modern, be good at modern. Yeah. Overwhelmingly, the people who have done well at this event are people who have played hundreds, thousands of matches of modern,
Patrick Dickman, Jacob Wilson, Sean McLaren, people who are on Magic Online all the time. If you go a little further down the list, you see some other names, people who are playing modern at Grand Prix, people who are playing modern on Magic Online and really knew this format and had a plan.
Yeah, and it's worth noting that the only player with 2 top 8s in tomorrow's top 8 is someone who has them both in this format, in modern.
Yes. So Li Tian said he saw I think it was Ken Yukihiro playing a deck similar to his deck at Pro Tour Return to Ravnica, perhaps the only person playing his deck. Went 7-3, a pretty good record. And he's like, oh, this deck's kind of interesting. Mental note. He's someone he played a lot of modern. He's played, and then when it came time for the unbannings, his team, MTG Mint card, they decided to have a tournament. They're like, let's have a modern tournament amongst ourselves. Let's put all the best decks together. Let's make them fight and see who emerges on top, the king of the hill, as it were.
Yep.
And he's like, oh, so this Zoo, but he didn't go, oh, Zoo's the best deck. They went, Zoo. Okay, so what are people going to do when they figure out that Zoo's the best deck? And so they made a series of adjustments.
So are you telling me that their deck is next level Blue Moon?
Yes.
That is awesome. Why don't we get to the big board and show you the top 8 as it stands. Here it is, across to the right. We'll come out of the way for you. So, Sean McLaren heads the field, 13-2-1 from Canada. Congratulations to him. Li Shichan of Hong Kong, second.
Second Pro Tour top 8, second modern top 8.
Okay, and then on we go, BDM.
Jacob Wilson, just a dominant young player at the Grand Prix circuit, getting his first Pro Tour top 8. I think everyone who watches him play has been impressed with him, and just a tremendous finish for him. Christian Siebold, he gets his first top 8 of his career, and I think kind of interesting that he's just 1 notch in the standings ahead of Patrick Dickman from Germany. The 2 guys work together for this tournament, and in fact, Christian is playing Dickman's B deck for this tournament.
Right, okay, now meanwhile, Patrick Dickman is playing not the twin deck that he won the Modern GP at Antwerp last year with, but the twin again, this time with green to make it Tarmo twin. And anyone who is willing to change a winning formula in such a profound way deserves a ton of respect, and on this occasion, a ton of match wins and a top 8 berth.
Yeah, and just a very impressive person to watch playing.
So then?
Chris Fennell. This is someone, he's been the limited master, but interestingly, he has more losses in limited this weekend than he does in modern.
Turns out, put yourself in a good team with great players around you. You give them help with limited. They give you help with constructed.
This is team TCGplayer.com. Used to be Team Luxurious Hair. The Ari Lax, Craig Wesco.
Conley Woods.
Conley Woods has joined this team. Just a lot of really good people. It was very interesting when Fennell won his match that locked him into top 8 or put him in a position to draw the top 8. Huge roar from the TCG player team. And Conley Woods was kind of struck by it. He's like, it's kind of weird being on a team with all the underdogs. I mean, his team has a Pro Tour champion, the underdog.
Sure.
But after Channel 5, he's like, they're like, oh, oh, Josh Utter-Leyton made another top 8. How nice. You know, his team's like, yeah!
Yeah, absolutely. So then we have Anssi Alkio of Finland in his first Pro Tour top 8. He's a massive card gamer.
Someone we're going to see again in a few weeks at the Magic Online Championship Series, which he's qualified for, which is also somewhere where we first met Sean McLaren.
That's right. We're really starting to see the Magic Online coming into the real world. Reed Duke, one of the prime moves on that. Florian Pills was in real contention for this, the guy who played Reed Duke in the Mox final a couple of years back. And then Tim Rivera rounds out your top 8. The way it worked out, as you can see, I'll just come over here for you. You start with 13, 2, and 1. It comes down to 12 and 4. And that was a clean cut because of so much on the line, BD. And we should explain to the people at home.
Yeah.
Once you get below top 8, the magic number a lot of these players are looking for is 25th. Right.
Because they want to get an invite, they want to get airfare, and they want to go to Atlanta. Right? They want to go to Pro Tour Journey to Knicks, and you know, so you had a lot of players drawing. You see Jared Bechner, Mate Zadelkai.
Yep, so they finished 9th and 10th.
Zadelkai, you know, just again,
top 16 again.
Chaining his Pro Tours together. There's 2 top 16 finishes. That's just absolutely stunning.
I tell you what, do you want to see more of Mate? Tune in GP Barcelona next week. He's leading the European coverage.
And what's interesting is because Mate has become a member of the European coverage team, he says, I don't have time to go to GPs. I need to make my Pro Tours count.
They really do count. On the right-hand side there, you get 11 through 20. It's all 11, 4, and 1. People drawing intentionally. Josh McLean, pick out some names there. Kai Buddha, arguably the greatest player of all time, almost stuck his way all the way up.
Almost snuck in. Owen Turtenwald in the top 16. This is someone who's had a tremendous start to his Pro Tour year. Finally got his Grand Prix victory, finally got his second Grand Prix victory, and now is following up with another, strong Pro Tour finish. I think this might be the 3rd top 16 of his Pro Tour career.
I would like to mention someone who is just about
below top 16,
just sort of there.
How about someone
21st.
Right here?
Well, you could talk about Desani, but I want to talk about 21.
Okay.
21 is Tom Martell, because you know what? It's easy when the spotlight is on you to play your best. But when you're at 2 and 3, I guess it depends who you are. Depends on the kind of game you got, right? But when you are at 2 and 3,
yeah,
and you're like, I'm done, I'm just getting battered. When you roll up your sleeves, that's the mark of a truly professional player. And that is what Tom Martell is. But from 2 and 3 to now, he went 9 and 1 and then a draw in the last round to get into top 25. Right. And if you and I stand here looking at this board at the end of the year and we see Tom Martell in the Player of the Year race or getting platinum yet again, it's because of days like this out of the spotlight. Or becoming the captain of the United States team. Exactly. Or, a seat at the Players' Championship. So much going on. The World Championship has 24 slots at the end of the year. People like Tom Martell have those in view. So that is your top 20, but tomorrow we will have a top 8. So McLaren, Lee Shi-Chan, Jacob Wilson, Christian Seibold, Patrick Dickman, Chris Fennell, Anssi Alkio, and Tim Rivera. It's a very good chance you're going to have a first-time Pro Tour champion.
Absolutely. And
their first go.
Yeah, right. Someone just in there first.
Yeah.
What we're going to also see is every single turn of every single match.
Yep.
For the first time in Pro Tour history, we're going to show you each match. We're going to stagger the quarterfinals so that they start 1, 2, 3, 4. When the first one ends, we'll start the second one. One lonely table and 2 chairs sitting on the stage with a glaring spotlight. Quarterfinal, then 2 semifinals, and then ultimately we're going to crown a champion. Basically, you're saying the whole day is going to be staggering. Yes, it is going to be staggering. For everyone here at the Pro Tour, thanks so much for being part of 2 tremendous days. There's one still to come, 7 matches every turn. Rich Hagon, for Brian David-Marshall and all the team, saying bye.